Celebrating 30 years of phenomenal trend forecasting. 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. Here's Gerald Celente with today's trends in the news.
Hi, this is Gerald Celente. Thursday, November 13th, 2014, and here are some of today's trends in the news. Oil, wow, down over $2. This is really serious, and as you well know, being subscribers to the Trends Journal, we were on this right when it hit the top at $115 a barrel for Brent crude back in June. This is really serious. U.S. crude hits 3-year low after inventory data, and that's only part of it. Chinese data showed a further slowdown in activity. And factory growth over there dipped, and investment growth hit a 13-year low. But the markets, they're up here in the States. Gold is a little flat. You know why the markets are up? Good news right here. Walmart powers Dow to new record high. Wow, great, man. Keep shopping at Walmarts, dollar store Walmarts. That's the America, because if you look at yesterday's news, J.C. Penney's and Macy's post lackluster sales before the holidays. And you know why? Both retailers cited warmer weather as one of the reasons sales were off. Yeah, you know what that is.
Warning, warning, bullshit alert.
It's either too cold, too wet, too dry, too warm. How about the people are too broke? There's no dough out there. You look at the number of part-time jobs that are being created. Hey, here's a big lie for you. Maybe you could hold on to this one. Do you remember yesterday I reported on how fewer people are going out to eat at restaurants? Yes, that's according to the restaurant industry data. Hey, but you see the new jobs created? Why, there's the biggest growth right over there in the hospitality sector. That's right, waitresses and bartenders. Okay, let's figure this out. How can they show this kind of growth in waitresses and bartenders when a lot less people are going out to mange? Huh? Hey, but they're the government. They could lie, they could cheat, they could steal, they could get you killed. It's the American way, and just as it is in most other countries. The data is lying. Oh, I should say, the data is lying because of the liars that made it up. 6 banks hit with fines of $4.3 billion over global Forex rigging scandal. That's right. Front page story right here in the Financial Times. Yep. The penalties prompted questions over how comprehensively banks have reformed in the wake of the financial crisis. It's a banking takeover. It's bankism, and no heads roll. A little fine will be fine. But you make sure you behave, and you be good boys and girls, and obey the letter of the law. That's right. The screw is here, boy, right in front of everybody's eyes. And what else do we have here in the financial news? Russian forces crossing into East Ukraine, says NATO. Quote, we have seen columns of Russian equipment, primarily Russian tanks, Russian artillery, Russian air defense systems, and Russian combat troops entering into Ukraine, said, you know who said it, General Philip Breedlove. Oh yeah, breed love and peace. Yep. They keep, same story. This is 3 days in a row. Yeah, we have seen, but we can't show you them columns. No, because we are propagandists. We only set the stage for war, get people killed with no proof. Hey, how about that Gulf of Tonkin incident in Vietnam that never happened? only slaughtered over 3 million Vietnamese and ruined the lives of millions of our own troops, our soldiers, young boys, and got about 60,000 of them killed and a couple of 100,000 maimed. Breed love, man. Breed love, not war. What else? Bank of England expected to keep rates at historical lows for longer as it cuts inflation forecast. You know what that is? That is to prop up the equity markets. All the dough, you can't save it anywhere, at zero interest rates. Go bet. Everything will be fine. Stocks are doing wonderfully. And emissions accord draws fire for lack of details. Yep, that was that big deal that Obama signed off over there in China. Yep, at that big meeting they had. Just more bullshit. Who knows what went on behind the scenes? IEA warns on impact of oil price drop. Investment in U.S. shale oil fields will fall by at least 1/10 next year as a result of the decline of production. And just to tie into that closely, battle brews over crude rail rules. Regulators set to decide on crude by rail shipping rules are relying on testing methods that may understate the explosive risk of crude, according to a growing chorus of industry and Canadian officials. All right, let's put this together. They're making less dough. The systems are already rotted and decayed. They're shipping this stuff all over the country on third world rail, because that's what America's turned into. And they're underestimating the volatility of this explosive concoction of shale fracking fluids. So, there you got it. Less money coming in, more danger rising, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It won't happen in a city or country or a state near you. Ukraine economy in free fall. Oh, banking group says. What? Son of a gun. Never knew it. Hey, thanks for telling me. Free fall? Yep. The GDP declined by at least 20%. More war, more slaughter, more murder. That's what we need. It's good for the economy. And it's working beautifully. I heard Chucky Hagel. Yep, he's all over the news. We're making progress with ISIS, he says, but the road's a long one. How much more of this crap do they have to keep spewing out before people get it? Remember when I read George W. Bush's speech that he spouted out on CBS last Sunday about this ISIS is Al-Qaeda on Plus? Hey, there was no Al-Qaeda in Iraq, you lying bastard. Hey, you prostitutes, why didn't you call them out on it? Making up like he saved Iraq from Al-Qaeda, huh? Yeah, you remember the lie, Al-Qaeda. Yeah, Saddam Hussein had ties to him. Al-Qaeda, al-Nusra, yeah. You remember that one, and weapons of mass destruction. But they get away with it, they keep lying. Don't forget to tune into the big game tonight. I don't know which one it is, but it'll get your mind off anything because it's more stupidity to watch. 322 killed in airstrikes across Iraq by U.S. They were all bad peoples. We've got 322 bad peoples. 90% of the casualties of war are civilians. And speaking of mass murder, Israel bars UN Gaza investigators from country. Why should they let them in there? The foreign ministry said they will not cooperate in any way with the probe, and they believe the United Nations will obviously find Israel guilty of war crimes. What, for killing over 2,100 people and destroying a whole area? Oh, yeah, they had them terror tunnels. No, they killed 3 Utes. That was it. They killed 3 people, so we're going to destroy all of Gaza, huh? Hey, Israel didn't steal any land today, but they're still in the news. And, it's also in the news. Russia plans long-range bombing flights near U.S. shores. Woo! Things are heating up. Russia plans to send long-range bombers to the Gulf of Mexico in what appears to be Moscow's latest provocative maneuver in its increasingly frosty relations with the West. Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu said Wednesday that, quote, "We have to maintain Russia's military presence in the Western Atlantic and Eastern Pacific, as well as the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico, including sending bombers as part of the drills." He added that Russia will also boost security in Crimea, the region it annexed from Ukraine earlier this year. They didn't annex it. The people in Crimea voted to leave. And it wasn't done at the barrel of the gun. It was done in broad daylight, totally open. In many respects, this is connected with the situation in Ukraine, with fomentation of anti-Russian moods on the part of NATO and reinforcement of foreign military presence next to our borders, the defense minister said. What right do they have to come here when U.S. fighter jets begin exercises over Estonia? Yay! We could go to Estonia. Estonia is right next to, where is it up there? Newfoundland. Yeah, Newfoundland and Estonia. Yeah, they're neighbors, right? Hey, it's all right for us to go there. Payback's a bitch. They're pumping up war. What do you think, the Russians are going to sit back? Here's another one for you. Northern European nations to boost military cooperation against Russia. Isn't that great? 8 Northern European nations agreed on Thursday to step up cooperation to counter the increase in Moscow's military activity. That has included a tripling of NATO intercepts of Russian jets this year. More war, more death, more destruction. It's the American way. And Ukraine, NATO planning joint emergency training exercises. Yeah! Hey, it's okay for the U.S. to go in Ukraine. Okay for NATO to go in Ukraine. What do you think? Russia's going to sit back? We need a peace plan. We need the path for peace. You can see where they're leading us. It's destruction at every level. It's unfolding before our eyes. You have madmen and mad women in charge. If something isn't done to stop the march to war, we're going to be looking at a major conflict in 2015 that will set the world aflame. The trends are in place. And then finally, Brits ditch vegetables, believe pasta and cereal a healthy diet. Cereal? Pasta's a healthy diet. Why, I live on pasta. And besides olive oil, garlic, and tomatoes and vegetables every now and then, I stay healthy with Zizzy juice. Provides all the vitamins and nutrients that I need to stay healthy and keep on my toes. Because cereal, it's Zizzy juice for me. But you can see where it's going. It's going all downhill. And the big downhill news is, look it up, check it out. The United States has now shifted its mission. They're becoming more and more overt about it. They're saying Assad has to go. That's right. They use the excuse with the Yazidis on the mountain. And then we got to get them ISIS's over there in Syria. And now the plan is being made public. Assad is in the sights of Obama. You better not go near any drone territory, Mr. Assad, because you be toast really quick the way things are going. This is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's Trends in the News.
macula, c'è la luna, mezzo mare, mamma mia, mamma dare. Figli mia, culturale, mamma mia, pensate Sitte non ne pisciolo, e ti va, e ti viene sempre baccalà le mani.
Listen to a story about a gal I know. She's my music making mama, I'm her hillbilly beau. She's sweeter than the music when she tickles the strings, sweeter than the flowers down in New Orleans. She's my music making mama from Memphis, Tennessee. She'll play a little rhythm, do the boogie upright, a Tennessee polka, maybe blues in the night. Everybody travels from near and far to hear her when she swings it on that old guitar. She's my music maker mama from Memphis, Tennessee.